everybody? It's me, Cappuccino. Got a full house today for the Family Fitness and Life podcast. And this time we're going to talk about pretty much the equivalent of family and life because I have some special guests with me from Forget Me Not Youth Services. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So since I got a full group today, I want you guys to introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Mecca Robinson, president and founder.
I'm Deja, and I'm the president of the Youth Advisory Committee.
She's looking like she got a long title.
I'm sorry. I'm Anissa Jones. I am the executive administrator of Forget Me Not Youth Services.
And hi, I am Dominique, and I'm with Forget Me Not Youth Services.
Feel free to yell.
Quinzel Bethea, director, Forget Me Not.
So explain to everybody exactly what is Forget Me Not Youth Services, because when I look at the way it's spelled like not as in you're tying a knot, not N-O-T. So explain to everyone the ideals behind Forget Me Not.
So the idea essentially just started with just a lot of violence and stuff going on in the community. We dealt with a certain population of young people, so young people that were involved in the criminal justice system, DHS, DIFAS, and different other care agencies. And we noticed that a large population of them were like going back to recidivism, going back into the community and different things like that. And a lot of these programs only work with them for like maybe 90 days, 30 days. So what we noticed is that like in the olden times, parents will wrap knots around your finger, like you forgot something.
Oh yeah.
So the idea was when we created this was okay. Well, we don't want to just work with students for 90 days, 30 days, 60 days, but we want to have a wraparound service that they can stay with us and always in the knit.
Okay.
And they never
I like
forgot.
the idea that because that's what happens. You help the child when they're going through, as I call the rehab moment, like you say, for that 30 days, and then that's it. But I like the fact that you guys are pretty much still involved with the kids like this. Now, also explain exactly what you guys provide for these kids.
So the program started off predominantly just an educational program. So we ran a program called Excite, which is Excellence Through Culture, Infusion, and Technical Education. So we noticed that, like you said, dealing with the young people that we deal with, a large population of them are not understanding math or reading the way that it's taught. So we created an integrated curriculum where we're able to teach math and reading. So we teach math through financial literacy, block literacy, different things like that, and reading through rap lyrics and to teach these different.
So it's kind of like a kind of part of tutoring services as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
We were using what's called like the test for adult basic education. So that was our target, and then we tested them on that, and then next 30, 45 days we retested them, and we were showing like extreme increases, like almost like 4 or 5 grade levels within like the 45 days with this curriculum.
So right now I have 5 of you guys. How many people are involved with Forget Me Not Services?
So it's a community initiative altogether, but it's a nonprofit. So myself, the director, right now we're working with, so like I said, we had the educational piece, we also had a counseling piece, and we just recently, at 2321 North Broad Street, we're starting our youth shelter. So we have a 45-bedroom facility. The drops got Mecca's house. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what made you guys decide to go branching out to having the facility now?
Well, right now I'm a foster parent.
Okay.
So, and I've always took care of young women. Deja is one, Dom is one. So we wanted to venture out and do something on a bigger scale, a larger scale, because there's a need.
Right.
Youth homelessness is high in Philadelphia, so we know that I can't put them all in my home, my own personal home. So we know that it's a need. So we know we have to get the word out that we have this and that we have to bring our babies back in.
Now, it's interesting that you say that because I, having been driving around, I wouldn't have noticed a lot of the teenagers and a lot of kids because you always see the older folks. So where are the kids, when we're looking around, we're seeing the older guys, where are the kids at that we don't know about that?
Well, when you define homelessness, you got to look at it that, like they're catching on to what homelessness is. So homelessness is not just
out on the streets, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm staying at my friend's house.
Right.
I'm staying from couch to couch. They still don't have a secure place where they're staying at. You have that just in the school. I mean, you go in the school district, they have a whole entire homeless prevention team.
Oh, wow.
To reduce homelessness. I mean, it's become an epidemic, like along with bullying and other things. So, so that's the goal. So our goal is not only just to offer an emergency shelter, but we also have a entrepreneurship program where to provide economic sustainability for the young people. So that's one of the main things is just not just offering a program. Like I said, there's 30 days or 45 days. But how can you wrap the community around this young person where you can sustain it for 2-3 years and then you can't get rid of them? You know what I mean? So,
and sometimes you can't identify the homelessness because our young people will be at work or school, but after work and school they have nowhere to go, and this is where we come in.
So as far as getting the money and the financials for Mecca's house, how did that go about?
So we started off with this is a partnership that we have with Official Unlimited. So Official Unlimited is a clothing store, clothier in Philadelphia. So, but furthermore, we're working on licensing right now to secure the funding to be able to house the young people there and stuff like that.
So you guys have like a short list so far to house some.
So I mean, we literally have like young people that are lined up right now to come in.
Okay.
But we can't have anyone there until the facility is licensed.
So
that's
how
where we're at
how
right
long will that process take for
now.
you?
We're in it right
We're in
now.
the process
So
now.
we're like hoping that they come out, license it, and then we can move forward. So as soon as we're licensed, then we can move forward.
And the goal for Mecca's House, what's the goal once you guys get those kids in? Like, how many can you guys take at a time, and what will you provide at Mecca's House?
Okay. So, okay, cool. So Mecca's House. So we currently have 35 beds in the facility right now. So 35 beds emergency shelter. So the goal is as soon as that child comes in, they come through an intake. Case manager sits down with them, talk about their needs, and then after that, then they can immediately take showers, house, and then from there, then it's create a development plan for them. So figure out how can we partner with our small businesses so we can employ them, whatever counseling services that we're looking at different agencies that can provide some counseling to our young people. And then from there is, they're staying, but then we want them to be able, so it's an emergency shelter, so they can only stay for a certain amount of time.
Right.
As long as
Because
DHS.
you're trying to help them get back on their feet.
Yeah, absolutely. And, DHS, they have other programs. Their main goal is not to keep them in the shelter.
Right.
And our main goal isn't either. So after that, we want to still have them come back, and we still have like drop-in day services. So those things include, like I said, the educational part, the licensing and certifications. Then you have the therapeutic aspect, and then like mainly just interacting with young people, talking about how you went through it and running groups and different things. Like the goal is to eventually get them to a point where Deja and Dom and our other youth staff are. We want to eventually get them to a point where they're teaching and mentoring and
Others
that's
as
the
well.
main that's the main
Absolutely.
goal. The main goal is to really get that child and have them participate in the executive life of the program.
Now, I want to get you guys' personal opinion on, what made you decide that this is something that you want to put your time and effort into. Like, what made you decide to come up with this and be a part of it?
I've been doing this for about 25 years.
Okay.
And working in and out of different agencies and working with different girls and boys, I just see that we drop the ball on them.
Okay.
We don't put enough time into them. We don't put enough effort into them. We don't show them their self-worth, their self-value. We treat them like they're a number.
Okay.
We don't treat them like they're a human being. We don't give them that love and that compassion and the hugs that they need. We don't give them that. But we do. Forget Me Not do. And that's what make us unique and make us different than all the other programs that's out there.
I like that. With your involvement with the organization, how do you feel?
Basically, I came up in a placement in foster home, and Miss Mecca, I met in one of my placements, and you just see the difference between the workers. You got them workers that's just here because here's their pay, but then you had them workers,
Who actually
even
care.
when you leave, they still pushing you, because Miss Mecca could tell you when I left, when I had problems with my foster mom in my car crying, like, what am I going to do? But she pushed me through the whole thing. So I just signed out the system. I'm 21. I got my associate's degree.
Nice.
And a couple of years ago, I would have never seen it coming. So that's why I just want to give back what I got. So that's why I'm involved.
What about you, Dominique?
So I can say like. Well,
I can tell you're shy. I can definitely tell you're shy.
I met. I can say I met Miss Mecca because I was in like from group home to group home or whatever. So, but even when I got out of group home, Miss Mecca is somebody I always kept in touch with. Even like I had my own situation where Miss Mecca took me into her house.
She was like a mentor to you.
Right. So she always been there, and like from then I always been with her, and she just gave me that good vibe like I want to get back to.
What about you, Anissa?
Well, this is personal for me as well because I lost my brother to Philadelphia, and I just want to give children that was in his shoes a beacon of light. I just want to be a positive inspiration to them and give back what I was given when I was in high school from the Miss Pat Browns and Miss Stacy Prechays. Like, they gave me so much positivity when at home it was dark.
Okay.
So I just want to be what they were to me.
Now, Quinzel, what about you? You're saying you're like the spokesperson for the group.
No, I'm just tired, Like I'm ready to start a youth revolution. If you look at any type of revolution that ever happened in the country, it involves youth or children on college campuses. I got tired of going to meetings where we're meeting about our status of our urban cities and nothing but guys with PhDs and stuff are on the stage, and you don't hear you don't hear it from the youth's mouth. And so I think if we're really going to make change in this country, like we have to involve them, and then we have to surround ourselves around them. So our steps are, like I said, housing, treatment. I mean, not treatment, but therapy and counseling, education, and employment. And entrepreneurship. So these are 4 platforms that you can surround and engulf the young people with.
I love it.
So it's like it's all about the revolution, and and letting them know, like, look, we're here.
We are
we're not
here
going
for you.
nowhere. Yeah, and going to them. So not having. So we have a central location. We have a campus. The former Gratz College campus. We have that right now, but not saying. Like, okay, this is the building, come to us. But no, you got to go to them. So you got to meet them where they're at. So I said, I'm just, I'm tired. I'm ready to see what's next.
So if people want to get more involved, to get involved with you guys, or even to reach out to you in general, how do they get involved with Forget Me Not Youth Services and Mecca's House? Like, what's some information you guys can give to us?
Yeah, absolutely. So our website is Forget Me Not Youth Services. Forget Me Not, www.forgetmeknotys.org. So all that information, you can email us. Phone number is 215-758-1132. That can be found on the website along with donate button. We're accepting, like right now, we're trying to create this this holistic atmosphere around the campus right now. And so we're accepting donations for like paint and couches and different things like that because we want to make it as homely as possible. We don't want it to be like a dreadful shelter. It's a dormitory. Most of our bedrooms are 1 bedrooms. They have their own bed, they have their own bedroom. So which is a kind of unique component.
Because you're forced to stay with someone you may not get along with them. So okay.
So it's like one and 2 bedrooms. Majority of our bedrooms are 1 bedrooms. So we want to create that home feeling as much as possible. So we're accepting like donations on that regard. Of course, financial support. Businesses that want to be involved as well. So
they can reach out to you guys.
Absolutely.
Well, I definitely thank you guys so much for
Thank
giving me
you.
information, about something I didn't know about. So thank you guys so much, and I definitely wish you the best. And if I got some stuff, trust me, I will donate as well. So I like
Thank you so
everything.
much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
That's that Family Fitness and Life podcast. Forget Me Not Youth Services, Mecca's House. Be on the lookout for that as well. And we're gonna have all the information on this podcast too. So thank y'all for looking out for this week's podcast right here with Philly's Power 99.